republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. I was impressed. Can we get a roll call, please, Cindy?
Blair.
Yeah,
Here.
not the way I planned it.
Here.
De Palma.
Here.
Marshall.
Here.
Thurman.
Here.
Unruh.
Here.
Brumble.
Here. All right, well, we do need a motion to approve the agenda, but we are gonna add a closed session at letter A with, the attorney will be here by then. And
Well-
to discuss an attorney opinion,
Under new business?
correct? Number A, or letter A.
And then everything else just moving down.
And then B would be approval of the closed session minutes, and then everything else will move down.
Thank you.
Okay. And I also brought something to put on for a discussion item. I've since talked to Rosalind and Jason, and they don't seem that we should add it at this point.
doesn't think we should add it.
Okay. Well, anyways, I just wanted to let the rest of the board know that I had prepared something for discussion because we have library board members that wanted to speak, and they wanted to speak on agenda items, but it's not on the agenda.
Correct.
Yeah. So I just wanted to put that out for the rest of the board.
But anybody can speak at the end of the meeting.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, any other changes to the agenda? All right, can we get a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Thank you, Bob. I will second that. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, that brings us right into our reports. We have a treasury report. We have the general ledger report, designated report, building department reports for March and April. New houses are up to 9 through April 24th. And then we have the recreation report. John, you want to talk? Yeah.
So with in conjunction with the rec board, we're starting our 5-year master plan right now. That's, we're planning on having done and approved and everything before February of 2025. The first phase right now that we're working through is the survey phase where we're sending out surveys. We're still in the draft phase of that, but we'll have that up and out in the middle of May. We'll probably be out for about a month, so the middle of June. Then with the results back, we're working with Carlisle Wortman. They're the professional body that's helping us through this process, but we're collecting data and whatnot. So anyway, the survey process is going on right now, or we're kind of finalizing, trying to get all the questions ready to go. So I just wanted to let everyone know that, and wanted to ask Rosalind if you wanted me to add any other particular information, because we were talking about it before the meeting. But yeah, I just wanted to let the board know, and that's the first process. And then once we move through that process of getting the survey, we'll be looking at that with Carlisle Wortman, and basically the next step, which would be in a couple months from now, is having an open meeting, an invite meeting that the community can come in.
Public hearing.
And public hearing, thank you. That the people can come in and give their opinions and what they would like to see, and any advice or any comments that they would like to make at that point. So that would be more at the end of the summer timeframe. So
Do you know when our next meeting might be on the plan?
we don't have that
Okay.
done, but I know that our first was to try to get the survey out, and then I think
Right.
we're planning on meeting right around when that ended.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
That was the plan.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
that was about it. I just wanted to let everyone know.
Do you need more feedback still on the survey questions, or?
If you have any, he wanted it by today, but I reached out to him and let him know that I was
Okay.
meeting with the board today, so
Okay.
I don't think he's done anything yet, but we still have
Because
definitely
like
a few days.
I looked at them and then I saw it was after the date because of the ending of tax season.
Right,
So
right.
then I was like, okay, well, it's probably too late. But if I still have a chance, I'll look at them tonight then again
Okay.
and let you know. I thought they were really good.
Yeah, they keep it somewhat broad, but they do leave a comment section of 500 words that you can make some comments at the end of the survey. So I think that's where you get a lot of valuable information from that as
Right.
well.
Right. Okay.
So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, John. Senior Center report, Faye?
So the Secretary of State will be back on June 4th. We had a really good turnout the first time. We had 33 people and 38 transactions. Excuse me. And they were quite surprised that we had that many for the very first time. So I'm hoping the next one will be the same. For anybody that is running for any office, Township, Village, or Library Board, I've sent out letters or emails for the Meet the Candidate Night on June 6th. If there's anybody that you know you have not gotten an email, please let me know. I will send you one if I didn't have your email address. And then on July 23rd, the Oakland County Clerk Office will be coming out to the Senior Center. And they've been doing this for quite a few years, once a year. They come out, and if you're in Oakland County, like born in Oakland County, died in Oakland County, you can get birth certificates, death certificates, apply for a marriage license, register, get your deeds, all kinds of property documents. You can register or renew your business name, and you can even apply to become a notary. So
What date was that again?
July 23rd.
Thank you.
And
what
we'll
was
be
the-
there from 11:30 to 1,
And what was the date of the Secretary of State again, too?
June 4th.
Thank you.
And they're there all day.
And Meet the Candidates was June 6th.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And that's it.
Thank you, Faye.
Thank you, Faye.
All right, that brings us to trustees. Kathy?
Okay. This past weekend, I attended the M15 garage sale for the very first time. And it was a beautiful day, and the traffic, I had a booth at the library, and the traffic was constant all day. So if any, think of it next year, first Saturday in May, if you want to do a garage sale. None of my subcommittees met this past month, so nothing to report on that. I had been approached by library board members. They were concerned with the way things panned out with them trying to be on the ballot. So I had something prepared, but since our attorney's going to be here tonight, it sounds like a good opportunity to get some of our questions answered, so we have something more concrete to give you as far as feedback. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
All right, Steve?
None of my subcommittees met, so today's the first day of Teacher Appreciation Week, so if you have a teacher in mind that kind of molded you, might want to reach out to them or something, or maybe coach your kid along. And, of course, Mother's Day and Memorial Day's up. As a veteran, you don't thank me, you thank those people that believed in America like I do, but they gave much more sacrifice than I did besides paying taxes. So that's it. Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. Bob?
I also attended the garage sale for the community unintentionally. I just got caught up in traffic on 15 because I forgot about it. But it looked well attended, put it that way. That's it.
Dana?
None of my committees met, but I did meet for Septemberfest, and that's coming along fine. And then Parks and Rec, he mentioned about the master plan. I attended the DDA's Euchre Night fundraiser. It was a good event. It was well attended, and everybody seemed to have a lot of fun. Faye won it all. She won it, so
Oh,
yeah. And then I think, is it May 19th will be their first market. It's the spring market, I think, out there. And then soon farmers markets will be starting. And forgot to mention, in March I attended the Derby for the Brandon Athletics fundraiser. And I think that's it. I was at the garage sale too, but that's because I was selling, so.
All right, thanks, Dana. Scott?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is right now, especially with the number of people in the room, is dog tags have to be purchased for 2024 by June 1st, and the county has seen fit to make the penalty for late registration a lot higher than it used to be. So make sure that if you're planning on getting a dog tag, do it before June 1st. As far as taxes go, we're in the middle of a downtime, and then it all starts back up July 1st. So that's it.
Thank you. Rosalind?
Good evening. I just want to say thank you all for attending. I don't think I've ever been to a board meeting and have a house this full, so it's great to see people in our audience. So thank you all for attending. The auditors have completed their field work at Brandon Township, and now they're going to be wrapping up the audit at their office. The clerk's office anticipates a preliminary draft of the audit in a few weeks. In April, I attended the Parks and Rec Subcommittee meeting. We discussed the 5-year recreation plan, some timeline, and public survey that we're trying to develop to go out to the public to get their feedback. Also, so April was pretty busy. Jason and I did attend an Oakland County election security training in Oakland County. I also attended the BGYA award ceremony on behalf of Faye Bindig. Candidates looking to serve on the Village of Ortonville Council, please stop by the clerk's office to pick up a nominating petition. The deadline to file is July 23rd, 2024 at 4 p.m. The library board for Brandon Township has been disqualified for appearing on the ballot for the 2024 election. Please note, there are other jurisdictions that are kind of in the same boat that we are. This is a very frustrating situation. So please be patient as we navigate through this in hopes that these candidates do appear on the ballot. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. We did receive our latest revenue sharing check in amount about $245,000, a little bit more than that. The 2024 West Nile products are now available at the supervisor's office. You can pick up 2 of those per address in the township. And appointments are now being taken at the supervisor's office for the June 15th Township Cleanup Day out at the Township Park. You can call the supervisor's office for an appointment. You do need an appointment. And the phone number is 248-627-4918. And with Rosalind, I did attend the BGYA Youth Assistance Awards where they honored about 60 students, handed out awards to kids for their volunteerism. So I've been doing that for about 8 years, so that's a pretty good evening. And then I also volunteered at Challenge Day at the high school this year with about 70 students, which was a very interesting day. So it was a lot to take in and go through with those kids, and we have some fantastic kids in this community. So that was it for me for this month. That brings us into our correspondence. We have the Parks and Recreation Master Plan meeting minutes of April 3rd, ZBA meeting minutes for January 24th and March 20th. That brings us to citizens' comments on agenda items. Please remember your comments are limited to 3 minutes, and that is on agenda items only at this time. Is there anybody that would like to speak on an agenda item? Okay, see none. We'll move on. No discussion. The consent agenda, regular meeting minutes of April 1, regular bills in the amount of $18,042.76, and prepays in the amount of $443,296.68. Looking for a motion
I'll
to
make a
approve the
motion
consent
to
agenda.
approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, any questions? Roll call, please.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. No unfinished business, which brings us right into our new business. Item A is the closed session to discuss an attorney opinion, so we need a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make that,
Go ahead.
I'll make the motion to move into closed session.
One second.
I will second that, yep.
All right. Can we get a roll call, please?
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. you. Take a roll call, please.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as was read in closed session.
Second.
So Kathy, and was that Steve? Okay. Can we get a roll call, please?
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. And then we are gonna make a motion to take action from the result of the legal opinion.
Okay,
so-
and I'll make a motion to initiate legal action against Oakland County to place the library board candidates on the November ballot.
Second.
All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. All right, that brings us to item C, which is the new hire senior center van driver. Rosalind?
Hey. Okay, so we were in need of another driver for our senior bus or the smart buses. So I put an ad out in the paper. So we had one on March 23rd and March 30th. We did receive 2 applications, and the one of the applicants canceled. They had another job opportunity. So Rick, I interviewed with Rick, and he's here tonight.
Hello.
And so it's a great fit. Actually, Rick has started driving some of the buses, starting to train to fill out that position. He's doing very well. So we do have a motion in front of us to hire Richard Lentz as a part-time ineligible senior center van driver beginning May 6th of 2024 at $16.90 per hour for 20 to 24 hours per week. And we're going to pay that from line item 101-271-702000.
Support.
Yeah, were you making the motion?
No, I was just
I thought she was
looking
making
for a
it.
motion. I'm
I'll
sorry.
make that motion that she just read perfectly.
Supported,
Word
Bob?
for,
Yeah, I'll support it.
All right, any other questions on the motion?
so is it ineligible? I mean,
I know, it kind of sounds,
is that, I'm not trying to make split here, is it really?
Sure.
So eligible? You're ineligible senior citizen van driver.
It's for
it's part-time,
benefits.
it's the part-time
What's that?
ineligible of the benefits.
For benefits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, it kind of sounds,
No, you're good, sir. I mean, I don't, I'm just, I should learn to be quiet sometimes.
Anything else?
The clerk's office has been really busy this month. Sorry for the typo.
All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Sit back down again.
Oh, yeah, you can sit down. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries.
Welcome in.
Congratulations.
Patrick, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's official.
All right, that brings us to the next new hire.
Oh, that's me too.
It is.
Okay, so the clerk's office, so Cindy took a full-time position with the HR and an admin assistant. And so that left a vacancy for a part-time position in the clerk's office. I did put an ad in the paper. It was a part-time to a potential full-time. So I ran this ad in the paper for 2 weeks. Again, March 23rd and March 30th. I did receive 4 applications, of which 2 I interviewed. Jason, myself, and Cindy sat in on the interview for Allison Hefner. In the interview, it seemed like a great fit. We ended up going with Allison. She's actually been working in the clerk's office just as a fill-in right now. It's been working out great. It's a good fit. Like the dynamics in the office are great, and she's a big asset to our community. And so through this time, there was just things kind of popping up, and I kind of knew down the road that I wanted to make this a full-time position. I just didn't think we were ready for it, and then it was like, oh, we need it sooner than I anticipated. And so our labor attorney, I did contact him just to make sure that I was making some good moves, but he said, because we had it in the ad, that we are good. So I'm looking to make Allison Hefner full-time with the clerk's office, starting effective May 6th.
I'll make the motion to hire Allison Hefner as the full-time election office assistant at the full-time starting rate of $22.71 per hour effective May 6, 2024, and use 101-215-702.000 wages to pay for said services.
Support.
Oh, thanks, Bob. You beat me to it.
And Rosalind, could you just touch base on some of the added job duties
Sure.
that she would be doing?
Absolutely. So right now, Allison's so she's handling the front counter for us. She's answering the phones. She's going to help with elections. So in addition, our special assessment districts, she'll probably work with me on those. Again, a lot of filing, record keeping, maintaining our clerk's calendar, those kind of things. She'll be running our accounts payable. She's going to be kind of navigating our community development block grant. She's also going to be the liaison between the Township and the Edna Burton Senior Center. And Faye, she's kind of aware of that, so she felt that was a really good move as well. And a lot of cross-training because it's very important.
Did we need to make motion 2 with motion 1, or can it be separate?
They are two motions.
That's why I just read
I would
the
just
one.
do them as two.
And was it fine that the 1 was first and then 2 was 2?
Yep, I'm good
Okay.
with that.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
All right, can we take a roll call on the first one, please?
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
No.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. All right,
Congratulations, welcome.
and then we have the second motion on there. Would anybody like to make that motion?
I'll make the motion to amend the budget for clerk office wages for the additional hours at the full-time rate for the remainder of 2024. Clerk's wages 101-215-702.000, a $12,000 increase, and create a revenue account appropriations from general fund balance of 101-000-699.101 for $12,000, in accounting terms the same as taking it from carry forward.
I'll second.
All right. Any other
Okay.
questions?
Yeah, so that's why you're saying it's revenue, because you're taking it from carry forward, but it's not true revenue. Is that what, because it's money we already had?
Correct.
Okay. It's not like we're getting an increase in money coming in,
Correct.
All right.
but it still needs to be a revenue account, wouldn't it just be a transfer account?
The way when I was talking with Melissa, it's pretty much this revenue account is kind of like, it's no different than taking it from the carry forward.
Okay.
All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. All right, that brings us to the next one, which is a vehicle for the Parks and Rec Department. We do have the old truck. Unfortunately, that is not serviceable anymore, and it would cost about $6,000 to fix it, and then nobody's gonna guarantee that that fix is safe, or they basically told us not to drive it anymore. It has a cracked frame. So we need to get rid of that vehicle. And then we do have the old building truck vehicle, but that vehicle is not capable of snow plowing and or towing our equipment that we have for the park. So we're looking for a vehicle to be able to plow with and to haul the tractor and other items when needed. So we have 2 suggested motions on here. We did talk to about 6 dealerships, but only about 4 of them got back to us. And these were the lower 3 quotes. So the motion is to buy a Ford F-250 from Randy Wise. So, yeah.
I have a question. Do you know about how much we'll save a year by doing our own snow plowing?
For the park, it's
For the park.
minimal, but eventually it'll be all of our contracts.
Okay,
So off the top of my head, I don't know that
don't know.
number.
Okay.
But for the parks, what, John, do you know it's a couple thousand a year for the park?
This year wasn't much because we did.
Right.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add, it's about time we replaced that old rusted, beat-up wreck truck. Because I remember trying to get Fred to save money for a new one, and now it's, but yeah, so we've been too embarrassed to pull our floats in the parade with that truck, so we've been using your truck. So now we can pull our own floats. So
All right, does anybody like to make the motion number 1?
I can go ahead and make the motion to purchase a new Parks and Rec truck from Randy Wise Ford Ortonville in the amount of $50,536, expensed to 101-752-977.752, with funding sources of 101-000-385-000 designated general fund truck $3,565, and then 101-000-385-000 designated general fund park development tower, $29,264, and then from 257-000-390-000 recreation committed funds, $17,707.
I will second that. All right, any other questions? Can we get a roll call, please, Cindy?
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. And then we have the second motion there to amend the budget, creating a new ledger expense account 101-752-977.752 Parks and Rec truck, $50,536 increase, and new general ledger revenue account 101-000-699.000 appropriation from designated fund balance, $50,536 increase.
Second.
Before we make, I do have a question though, because that truck probably needs to be depreciated, so it's not gonna really be an expense, it's going to be a fixed asset.
Well, it's an expense to buy it,
Correct, but if that's.
and then it'll be
our
expense by the account.
Okay, so the account will change it. Well, I just didn't know, like, if our groupings, if that was an actual expense. Like, if our groupings of numbers go.
We have truck expense in the budget already.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just the way group accounting numbers go, like you have certain numbers that are assets, certain numbers that are fixed assets, certain numbers that are liabilities, certain numbers that are revenue, certain numbers that are, so I just wanted to make sure that it was gonna be capitalized.
We'll make sure it is if it isn't.
Okay, thank you.
I would say it is. Melissa knows what she's doing, so.
Oh, yeah.
All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. All right, that brings us to the second reading for the non-conforming lots. Jason is here if anybody has any question, but this is the one that would allow homes or barns to be rebuilt on non-conforming lots to the structure that they had prior to a casualty. So this is the second reading for that.
I'll make a motion to adopt for second reading the amended non-conforming structures and lots of record ordinance, Chapter 46, Article 9, or, no, this is 11. Last time I did it backwards. Section 46-6 and Section 46-487 through 46-492, Code of Ordinances for the Charter Township of Brandon, Oakland County, Michigan, as presented.
I'll second that. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. All right, and the next one is the first reading for the solar energy collectors ordinance. We have talked about this a few times, but planning commission finally got us the first draft. So we are looking to pass this, so we at least have something. You know, unfortunately, the state is trying to take away the local control, or already has. There is a potential that this could be all for naught, and it would end up going to the state, what their ordinances say, but we want to pass it anyway, so we have something in place so we can control solar collector facilities. So that's what is in front of you. Jason, do you have anything you want to add to that, or you? No. Okay. Okay. Any other questions on that?
No, I just wanted to say in regard to the solar placements, there's a petition circulating to give solar farms back to local control and get that on the ballot. And so if anyone's interested in signing that petition, please see Melanie Nivalt. Oh, you have it too? Okay, there we go. Or Cheryl Gall.
All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Unruh?
Or wait,
Yeah.
did somebody make
We
the
didn't make the
motion?
motion
Sorry,
yet.
never mind.
I'll make a motion since, to introduce for first reading the addition of solar definitions to chapter 46-6 and solar energy collectors to Article 5, Sections 46-305, Code of Ordinances for the Charter Township of Brandon, Oakland County, Michigan, as presented.
Thank you, Steve. Let's go ahead and second it. Oh, Bob got that, all right. All right, now we'll do that roll call.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
De Palma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. All right, and that brings us to the building renovations at the substation. We did talk to 4 contractors, only 2 of them submitted bids. You have both of those bids attached here. And Lieutenant Glover wants to use Savage Carpentry because that's who we used on the locker room redo, and they were very good at what they did, and they're actually giving us a 10% discount as a repeat customer. You will see that the other estimate does appear to be lower, but that is only the price for the cabinets. That does not include all the extra work. So they didn't want to quote the extra work, they only wanted to do the cabinets. So you have the motion in front of you, and we do have the money budgeted for this item.
I will go ahead and make that motion to award Savage Carpentry and Improvements LLC the bid for updating the kitchen storage area at the substation in the amount of $17,820 to be paid from 207-301-975000 building renovations, and allow the supervisor to accept their bid proposal.
Support.
Thank you, Rep.
I just wanted to say that I'm glad to see that this is being done because that kitchen was old when my kids went to preschool there in the 90s. So it's really bad.
That's why we budgeted for it. All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
De Palma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. All right. Awesome.
Um,
Did you do that?
huh?
The Metro permit?
Yep.
Okay. All right, this was the Metro permit, and it's from the clerk because those permits always come to the clerk's office. They don't send them to the supervisor's office. So this motion is just an extension of the current agreement that was signed in 1996 or something like that.
Yeah.
So this is a 5-year extension to make this go through July 31st of 2029. We last signed one, I believe it was 2019. So this is another extension, 5-year extension for them to do work in the right-of-way.
I'll make a motion to enter into the Metro Act right-of-way permit extension agreement as presented and allow the supervisor to sign the agreement.
Second.
All right, any other questions? Roll call, please.
Broughton,
Yes.
De Palma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. All right, that brings us to the mobile food establishments inspection fees. Chief?
I brought reinforcements back there, so. All right, so we did the mobile food truck ordinance last month and the month before, so we had the 2 readings, we did all that. So this just sets what that yearly fee will be, and it's a $100 yearly inspection fee. And if they need it expedited, then there's an additional $50 charge. Again, we are working with Oxford and Orion Township, hopefully Groveland Township in the near future. He's still working on it. So that if one of those communities does it for the year, then we're good. We wouldn't have to do it. We'll give them our sticker and then go on for the year. So.
All right, I'll make the suggested motion to adopt the mobile food establishments permit inspection fees as presented.
Support.
That
was
like-
unreal.
Unreal, okay.
So it's always me. I'm always faster.
All right, any questions on that? All right, can we get a roll call, please?
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
Rumble.
Motion carries.
Okay. Our next one is back in 22, 23, right in that time frame. We had submitted with a regional grant, of which Auburn Hills Fire Department, Auburn Hills City of Fire Department there was the fiduciary. So it was a nozzle grant. There were 5 communities that were involved. We were one of those communities. We received a value of $24,781 worth of fire nozzles. Our portion of that was $1,808.89. So that was a good partnership. But we found out through the audit that we need to account for those fire nozzles. And the problem is each fire nozzle is less than $5,000, so it doesn't show up on the itemized list of valued property that we have or equipment. And they need to be able to show that for the federal government that we received a AFG grant because that's what it was. So all this does is clean all that paperwork up. It basically, we got to move money in, we got to move money out. We didn't actually see money, we received a product. So I hope that is clear, but basically Ken said it's accounting practices and this is what we have to do to show that we did in fact receive that value.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the following budget line items for the value of equipment received. The first one is 205-344-977-000, equipment expense from $15,600 to $40,381, which is an increase of $24,781. And also line item 205-000-642-205, fire E&H grant revenue from 0 to $24,781, which is an increase of $24,781.
Support.
Thank you, Bob. Additional questions? Roll call, please.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. And then we have the second motion.
I'll make,
Think I got that one.
go ahead.
So the motion is to record the expense and revenue against the budget for the value of the equipment received. 205-344-977-000, equipment, $24,780.89 expense. And then we're going to have the 205-000-642-205 fire E&H grant, $24,780.89 in revenue.
I'll second.
Can we get a roll call, please?
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you, and I just want to add one thing. I just want to thank the clerk's office and Melissa. She helped with all of that to make sure that we had the right documentation and with Ken, the auditor, so thanks again.
Good team.
Thank you. All right, that brings us back to citizens' comments, and please note you're limited to 3 minutes, and then please state your name so we know who you are. Is there anybody that would like to speak on anything? Yeah. Yes, please.
Jan Rathberg. I'm currently the president of the library board. And I just want to say thank you for pulling your attorney in tonight and going into closed session to see the importance of this. All 6 of us that should have been on the ballot as candidates are here tonight, and we're still trying. It's still important to us. We love this library. It is a diamond in this community, and I know you all would agree with me. And I just want to say thank you tonight for pursuing this because it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yep, Cheryl?
Cheryl Gall. I'm also a current member of the board and one of the candidates that was disqualified. I want to, again, thank you for what you did tonight to bring in the attorney. I think one of the biggest frustrations that we have had is that we came in to this clerk's office, we did what we were supposed to do, and no one up to this point has taken any responsibility that maybe they should have done something different. You know, said, gee, we're sorry this has happened to you, offered any assistance up to this point till you hired the attorney. And that's been our biggest frustration. Basically, it was says, we were told, darn, now it's your problem, deal with it. You know, go become a write-in candidate. And that's been our biggest frustration in dealing with this administration. And I want to also make a recommendation, and I know you can't do that tonight, but we each paid $100 to be on the ballot, of which we're not going to be on the ballot now. I know that's non-refundable according to state law. However, I think it would be a nice gesture if the board would decide to donate that $600 back to the library.
Thank you for bringing your concern to the board.
Anybody else?
My name is Alan Allgaier. I'm a resident of Brandon Township. Over the past 6 years, I have put thousands of hours of work into volunteering with the Friends of the Library. And I know my efforts there have had a strong positive impact on this Brandon Township asset. This year I decided it was time to join the big leagues and declare as a candidate for the library board, where I know that I can apply my skills and make an even stronger impact. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to join the Brandon Township management team, and I want to thank you for your support and in recognizing the hours that we volunteers are putting in by putting some meat behind, and not just saying words, but taking the action that you took tonight. It's very good that you are doing that, and I know that you are interceding as best you can on our behalf with this, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anyone else?
Hi, my name's Ed Derbyshire, and I'm not running for the library board. But I did have a problem when I went to run for township supervisor, and I was given a form that was outdated by, I think, 20 years. And the problem is it almost disqualified me from being able to get on the ballot. And part of the form did tell me that I needed to file for financial disclosure or whatever. And I ended up with a $220 fine for late fee because it didn't get mailed in until after the 20-day count had already started. So it's been an issue, and right now I guess they're trying to see if they can reimburse it, but it's taken quite a few hours to try and fix it, and it didn't come to their intention until the other two candidates filed to run for this position. So it's been a mess. Thanks.
Anyone else?
I'm Kate Taylor, new to the community, but I also applied. And no finger pointing, but when I went, I filled out a good deal of materials in advance. And then when I went, they said, oh, no, you need to fill this out. So I had to rewrite things. Okay, that's fine. Paid the $100. So it was very disappointing. I live in a rural area in Brandon Township, and I know some of my neighbors, but they're 10 acres away. And so the write-in candidate option is unrealistic. So I don't expect many people to write in. I know a couple of people have filed Freedom of Information Act to find out when this happened, who said what. I don't know, I just remember my dad saying you can't find City Hall, but it'd be nice if we could. The suggestion of having the refund when you retire at $100 is actually amount of money. So again, they'll appreciate your efforts. I guess I'm pessimistic. I don't think they'll change it. So I'm looking for other options. I know you can't respond or anything, but I'm looking for other options as to how we can get our names out and not violate any procedures or whatever for that. And maybe there are no policies on how to get your name out. But thank you for your efforts.
Thank you. Anybody else? Jay?
Hi, my name is Jay Taylor. I'm currently a trustee with the library, also serving as the finance officer, and husband of Kay Taylor. I feel bad because I brought her to the library for some meetings and talked about how maybe I would go into the Friends of the Library next time. I was elected last election. So she was very interested in running for the board. And now for this to happen, and you heard what she said about, we don't really know a lot of people in the community. How do you get your name out? We're kind of hoping that this board, our township board, maybe through the attorney, would be able to give us some information on what we can specifically do to make this happen. But here's the root of my concern. We have finances. It's $1 million budget in the library there, and there's Public Act 164, compliance with laws. We need people that have some skills and abilities. If you can just write people on these, on the ballot, if we have a bunch of people that don't have the experience, we got Jan and Cheryl and Verna and people that have been there for a number of years and really know how to run a library. We're going to be in a lot of trouble as a township if we don't get good people. So please do everything you can to help us. I'm happy that you consulted with an attorney. I think that's a good move. But we need to make sure that this is a successful election for everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
Anybody else? Dave? That's right, I saw you get it first. Okay.
On a brighter, positive note, May is Senior Month. So, Senior Citizen Month.
Thank you.
Don't forget.
What does that mean?
All
You need
right.
to be extra kind to your seniors.
All right, anybody else? Yep.
Hi, I'm Debbie Ross. I'm the district chair for the 9th Congressional District of the Republican Party. And I'm assuming that since you guys are filing suit against the county, that there's some evidence or feeling that there's some fault at the county level. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I'm assuming if you're filing suit that that must be part of it. And I'm just wondering, because there were several other communities, Holly Township, every single library board member was disqualified. Oxford Township, every single library board member was disqualified. Oakland Township, every single library board candidate was disqualified. I shouldn't say member, I should say candidate, sorry. And Lake Orion, 4 out of 6 candidates for the library board were disqualified. So my comment is, I'm wondering, and I know you can't respond here, but something to think about. I don't know if there's any way to make a mutual effort to find out exactly what happened and maybe bring them in on the lawsuit as well if there is some fault at the county level for what happened to these people who, in good faith, thought they were doing what they were supposed to do to get on the ballot.
Thanks, Debbie.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes?
Hi, I'm Jason Howerton. I'm Assistant Scoutmaster for our local Boy Scout Troop 139, and you probably saw some of us here maybe wondering what are we doing here. They're working on their citizenship and community merit badge, and part of that is to come to a community meeting and observe and then maybe ask some questions. So I don't want to necessarily put them on the spot, but if they have any questions or just something about the community they wanted to ask, I wanted to see if they could ask that now. Hey, anybody have any questions?
Oh, come on, one. What's my favorite color?
Yeah.
Something.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah, don't get into government work.
All right, well,
Yeah.
all right.
We're glad you're here.
Yep, thanks for coming. Anybody else? Okay, not seeing any. Additional board comments? Cassie, you got anything?
I just wanted to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day.
Steve?
Not happy.
Well, not
Just
happy, but
Memorial Day. Not Veterans Day either, so. Anyway, I'm glad the Boy Scouts came out, and my favorite color is orange. Yes.
Boy Scouts, I'm glad you're here. Hope this is a long career of public service for you. Get your mother something nice for Mother's Day.
Dana?
Yep, happy Mother's Day to other mothers out there. Thank you for attending, everybody, and especially to the Boy Scouts. Remember my daughter had to do this for Girl Scouts, or even my son maybe for Boy Scouts when he was in it. I don't know, it's been a while. I forgot I attended the BGYA Awards and their breakfast the other month. It's been a busy month or two, being the end of tax season. And that's it. See you guys in June unless we have any other meetings come up.
Thank you. Scott?
I'm all set.
Rosalind?
I just want to say thank you to the Boy Scouts for coming to the board meeting tonight. It was a pleasure to have you here.
All right, thank you. I'd like to welcome the Boy Scouts too, and thanks for coming. I had to do that a long time ago. It was a good merit badge and worth it. And happy Mother's Day and Memorial Day. Everybody have a good Memorial Day, and hope to see you guys at the parade. All right, and that brings this to our adjournment. Can you get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you.
Support.
Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.